and go and do that. You, because before you know it, you're gonna be dead. Aren't you? And you know that I know that you know it's the truth. Come on, get up. Do you, please? Thank you. Sorry if that disgusted somebody, but I must be myself, right? Even if it means burping. Wait for it. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to do that. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Do You, my friends. My name is Reuben Christian. Do You is a fun concept and a beneficial concept, I believe, to humanity. It's uncensored, free-form discussions with people that are doing what they love. And the aim of the show is to keep me motivated and hopefully you guys inspired and motivated too, because we need more success stories. We need to raise aspirations, I believe, rather than reporting rape, death, murder, and financial burn down. That's basically why I put this show on, man. Today's guest, or today's doer, I should say, is quite a big name in the entertainment industry in the UK. Well, he's on the ups. He's on the ups. He goes by the name of Melvin Odoom. Not Odom. Not Odom. It's not Odom. Stop saying Odom. Everyone just stop saying Odom, man. The people that are doing it. My brother Aaron says it's Melvin Odom. No, it's not Aaron. It's not Melvin Odom. It's Melvin Odoom, as in peril, as in danger, as in death. Melvin Odoom. You can check him out on Twitter. It's at Melvin Odoom, MELVINODOOM, and that's the same on Instagram /Melvin Odoom. On Instagram, he's quite fun actually, because you got a nice mixture of his glitzy and glamoury life. Glamoury is not a word, but we do what we want here. We create art. Ladies and gentlemen, we create art. You can check out those pictures. You can see him in the gym doing leg raises. You can see him on BBC Three Sweat the Small Stuff with tarantulas on his head. This guy's just a fun guy, man. He's like Lenny Henry 2.0 with swagger. Don't mess around. Don't even contemplate messing around with Melvin. Don't even contemplate doing it. He is a radio and TV presenter. Currently does the Kiss Breakfast Show with Ricky and Charlie in the mornings on Kiss FM. They've won awards for that, so do your research on that. He's also a panellist on BBC Three Sweat the Small Stuff. He's presented on 4 Music, T4, Kiss TV, Box TV, and back in the day, CBBC. And I've known him for quite a little while. Used to go out to some of his raves, as a matter of fact, which we talk about. Humble beginnings this guy's had. And what I like about Melvin mostly is that he is the same person he is on screen as he is in real life. Do you know what I mean? You can meet him in a chicken shop down the back of an alley. Next to him in a collective urinal. That's going to be the same guy that you see presenting the Brits or something, man. He's a genuine character, and I really do like him for that, man. If you don't know who I am, my name's Reuben Christian. I'm a fast talker. My name is Reuben Christian. I'm a presenter and comic based in East London. My website is ReubenChristian.com. All my social handles are /Reuben Christian. REUBEN, Christian spelt like the religion. Other than Instagram, which is Reuben Christian 1. I put the 1 on the end, not because I think I am the biggest boss. No, because there wasn't Reuben Christian available. Some other Reuben Christian that I believe is a fake Reuben Christian has taken that. I believe he's fake because he's not me. That's why I believe he's fake. No disrespect to his life, his parents, and his dreams, but he's not me. So to me, he's a fake Reuben Christian. There you go. Here's my interview with Melvin. You'll learn quite a bit from this because this guy is very hardworking and he always has a sense of urgency. He always wants to be on top of his game, and he's just got some wise words in general. So if you do enjoy it, please feel free to share it because I think a lot more people can gain from it. One love. Find out what you're here to do and go and do that. Because before you know it, you're gonna be dead.
That is hilarious.
What's wrong with it, bro?
Just the suitcase holding it in place. I thought you were gonna tie something up, but that's fine.
You think we can get you that way?
Yeah. It's not moving.
So you're not used to this anymore, bro?
No.
This whole major.
You know what? It's very rare that
Yeah.
I say yes to people because of A, I like you, and B, I literally think it's a matter of time for you.
What, for me?
Yeah.
And what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So that's why you didn't mind coming and helping me out? Bro, I appreciate that, bruv.
It's true.
And this is obviously already rolling.
Is it already rolling?
It's always rolling. You know what? I wanted it to start rolling earlier on.
Yeah, sorry.
When you were just talking about my mum climbing and if I've ever brought a
Well,
woman
my
up here.
mum can't climb ladders. This is if I mean, to basically paint a picture for you guys listening, I'm in a sex den right now with lots of equipment.
No, I didn't know.
I can still smell the condoms in the air.
We don't use condoms here.
Oh,
bro.
you just raw? Like
I am my father's
That's
son.
good. Okay, good. There's going to be lots of, like, little black guys with bald heads running around this area.
Number one, I'm not black.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry to be so
That's all
racist.
right. It's not, I get it all my life. It's not racist. Do you know what I mean?
What
It's
should I
just
call
an
you?
Reuben.
Reuben is your colour.
Reuben. I am just Reuben.
But what colour?
I try to avoid race conversations
No.
as I can.
No, I like to get into race conversations
Oh,
from
let's
time
do
to time. Okay, so where exactly are you from? I've never asked you this question. Where exactly are you from?
Okay, let's do this. Every time someone asks me that, it's a beautiful icebreaker for me.
Okay.
Why are you holding the mic?
Because it's moving out of the way.
It doesn't
By the
matter.
way, it's held together with a suitcase.
No, that's incorrect.
Okay.
It's held together by sellotape,
All right.
but it's held down.
So sorry.
It's
my,
okay.
my mistake.
Come on, man.
My mistake.
Listen,
My
man,
bad.
they need to know what I'm pimping. Shall I move it slightly?
No. I like moving it. It makes me feel
In control
like
or something?
Chris Brown or something.
What, just
Just holding the microphone.
just holding the mic. Yeah, so when people ask me my age and whatnot, where I'm from,
Yeah.
I ask them to guess. So
No.
why-
That's
why-
a game.
This
I
ain't
do-
a flirt. This ain't a flirt.
This is
I'm not
a game.
flirting.
No. Because with this game, you just end up upsetting or offending people.
Not when someone is so far gone and their skin is so thick that they can't be offended. Do you know,
Okay.
I've heard everything under the sun.
My first guess will be
Yeah.
Mauritian.
That's incorrect, but it's an educated guess, and it's in the top 5 first guesses of the majority of humanity.
Okay. Trinidad.
No, that's the top 1. That's top number
That's
1.
number
guys.
1.
Yeah,
Trinidad. India.
I've got Indian in me.
Is it
I've
so
never-
half
I've
Indian?
never had Indian in me, but you know what I mean. I've got Indian in me.
You've got Indian in you,
I do. So I am part Indian.
and so I just need to guess the other part.
You do. Do you want to see the hair on my chest? It's
Okay.
straight.
Is that English?
Oh wow. No.
Really?
No.
German?
No.
Spanish?
Oh my God. Are you,
Fernandez?
is it Fernandez?
Ruben.
Are you serious about this, bro?
No. Okay, so Indian and
It's another Asian country. You know you got a drink up there if you want it, by the way.
yeah, Pakistani.
No.
In like another Asian country, as in
As in another country in the continent of Asia that has nothing to do with Oriental people. To just save you a wasted 6 guesses.
all right. I'll give up.
Malaysian.
Oh, I was gonna say that next.
Yeah, of course you were. Malaysian Indian, bro.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
glorious mix. Any cousins?
Do I have any? I have a sister.
Is she here today?
She likes Porsches.
Have I ever met her before?
No, you haven't, thank God.
Okay.
Forget her seeing your car.
Not yet.
Leaving our
I
house
might
with
stay
you.
for a little bit longer then.
No, she just rolled out. Shanti is her name. She is an actress and she is 25, I believe now.
We've never met her before.
You've never
Do you
met
not bring her out? Do you hide her from
No, I would like to bring her out, but she's always working at Theatre Royal in Stratford.
My sister's an actress as well.
Yeah, I've met your sister as well. I
Yeah.
think they know each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they must know
They
each
should
other.
do some stuff together, actually.
Yeah, they should, man. Well, if you're casting for anything,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
We're always.
I'll just kick
She's
my
filming the
sister your
next online TV series. She's written it now.
Yeah,
So-
what's it for?
So
What's it
basically, my
called?
sister does a show called Yomo, which is based on 2 young females, one of African descent, one
So like African YOLO.
Ghanaian. So Yona is my sister's name.
Oh,
abbreviated.
yo, no. Okay.
So Mo is representative of the other character
okay.
called Mashana, and it's basically just their struggle to find a man. That's, that is based on real life.
Yeah, so she's currently single.
Yeah.
So the
But
process hasn't
no, that she's going to be single. She seems to think she's going to marry Common. I keep telling her that's not going to happen.
Why are you crushing your own family's dreams?
It's true. Yona ain't never going to happen. Common is rich and famous, and he can handpick his women. He got an Oscar, a Golden Globe the other day.
Yeah, I saw his little speech. As well.
Why is he going to come to North London and just link you?
What?
It's true.
Have you always been a supportive brother?
Yes, all the time.
Are you the eldest?
Yeah.
Are you the role model? Of the
I've
siblings?
got a half brother in America,
Okay.
so yeah, I am. But he's a lot older than me, so I still feel like I'm the older brother, because I'm the one
Listen,
that's here.
I'm not gonna tell you how to run your family, bruv, but
Thank
hope.
you.
We must be led by hope and
Yeah,
not our fears.
And truth.
John Loughton taught me this.
Who's that? Is that guy?
John Loughton won Big Brother Celebrity Hijack in 2008, and I interviewed him. He's he is now a social entrepreneur.
Don't you
And he
feel
does-
like really? Did
does
he make money?
motivational Speaks. Yeah, of course he did.
I
He's
would-
doing really well. Man.
I feel like the Big Brother people don't make that much money. I feel
Well,
like
he won it.
like the Towie people
Yeah.
they know how to make money.
They know how to make money.
They like every Saturday there's a
Yeah.
queue outside their shops. Even the ones that aren't even on the show anymore are still making dough. I feel like the Big Brother people didn't make as much, but you've just proved me wrong.
Yeah, but he didn't use Big Brother. I mean, what he's doing now is his own stuff,
Right.
which is motivational speaking and all that kind of stuff, empowerment. But he made a little bit of pee when he won. Can't knock the hustle, man.
Okay. Fair enough.
But damn. All right. Well, thank you, bro.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's all right. Thank you for coming down. Did you put the parking ticket on the car?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it? You scared me for a second there.
You did, right?
Yeah.
And you
I've
locked your doors.
Yes.
You know where you are, right?
Yeah. I'm from North London, so I always lock the doors.
Oh, whereabouts in North?
Do you know Edmonton?
Bro, do you live there?
Yeah.
Are you still there now?
No. I got out.
Okay.
Yeah. Man,
Are we allowed to know where you live now? Can I guess?
Oh, you can guess.
Would you answer yes if it was correct, though? Am I wasting my time?
I'll give you like if you're close. I'll just say yeah.
King's Cross.
Nope.
Angel.
Nope. A bit further out.
A bit further out.
Yeah. But you're in the right side of London.
Not in Hillsides.
No.
That's the with.
No, that's too expensive. Further out.
Further out.
North.
Further out north.
Mhm.
See, I'm already lost, bruv. I'm an East guy, and that's about as far as it goes in my head.
Do you know Enfield?
Yes.
That is my borough right there.
Are you in? Yeah, no, Enfield. So not
Yeah.
too far from Edmonton.
No, I didn't want because my mum's still cooking, so I still really like to enjoy the food on a Sunday. She makes little like Tupperware packages. I can just pick up. I don't even like come in and say hello. Sometimes I'll just be like,
that'd be.
"Where's the food,
Yeah.
Mum? Love you." Straight home,
Yeah.
watch a bit of. At the moment, I'm addicted to Big Brother, but before it was always Homeland
Really?
on a Sunday night.
Yeah, man. Bruv, there's so much I can learn from you. Because I kind of do the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I cycle here.
You cycle here?
Yeah.
And you put the Tupperware in the
Bruv,
bag?
in the backpack, everything, bruv.
That's impressive.
Cycling
You know
with
what?
eggs in my pocket.
When I
bruv.
was training for the London Marathon, right?
Yeah.
Once I
Yeah.
said to myself, I'm gonna run from my house, pick up the food, and then take it home. It was the worst idea ever.
What, post marathon warm up?
So no, it was
training
like it was
session?
part of the training. So every weekend I'll have one big run,
Mm.
and generally my runs would be from my house to my mum's and back because
Yeah.
you know exactly how far the distance is.
Yeah.
And so one particular day I was like, I'm gonna run to mum's, get the Tupperware, and take it back and then eat it. That's like my goal. Like
Yeah.
my goal would be having the food. And obviously my mum's not thinking about, she doesn't care about no marathon training, so she just put it in like a Sainsbury's bag. There was no
As
racks.
African mothers do.
Yeah, wrapped it with
Yeah.
foil. It was the
You're
most.
lucky you got a bag, bro.
Yeah, it's true. But it wasn't a say. It was the slowest run ever. It was like the, all the spilled jollof rice on the Great Cambridge Road.
Flipping out. That's beautiful. Yeah, if it was my mum, bro, she would have just come out with the food in her hand and emptied it into mine.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, she's a G like that. She
yeah.
just keeps it raw.
she didn't really like me doing it. It's funny, like, don't you find like mums
Yeah.
of a certain generation don't like you doing too much exercise? It's like exercise is
Yeah,
bad after a certain level.
This is so odd. No one's ever brought this up, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's been going on
She's
in the
like,
back of my mind.
you run far too much.
Yeah.
Mum, I was doing a marathon. I got to
Yeah.
train for it.
Maybe
Yeah.
it makes them feel comfortable with their lack of exercise
Yeah,
for the last
it's true.
30
I think it
years.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My mum she just stopped doing exercise for time. When she walks, then it feels like a workout for her.
Yeah. Same with my mum. I'm naturally slim. My metabolism's high.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mager, let's put it that way, right? And there was a point I tried to gain weight and I just went ham. Was eating everything, pushing weights, gained a bit of weight, and it scared my mum.
You're in good shape. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, now, I look good naked now.
Okay.
Not that I am, guys.
you
Right
took it
now,
far. You
do you know
took it
what I
quite far. It was just two men in a room with some microphones.
Oh my God, there's a phallic joke there in the microphone thing. But I was like, you know what, you're just sipping your water. I'm gonna let it go. But yeah, my mum was like, yeah, you need to stop. This is too much. You're too big.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just didn't understand.
But I think muscles are out now anyway, in general, as a flat.
Really?
Kind of as a general.
So what is
kind
it?
of like
Just toned down physique.
cut is what there's a name for it. Ricky told me it the other day. Yeah, cutting. There's a certain name for it, but yeah, it's all about cutting and not about size definition.
Yeah, real talk, man. That's why. So you're a big gym girl, aren't you?
I try to be.
I saw your Insta clip of trying to do, what's it called, bro?
What's that?
Bloody hell, you just on the floor going like that.
Oh, right.
What's the word? Not desperation. What's the thing called?
Insanity.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Desperation.
I'm doing a new one tomorrow.
What, a whole new insanity kind of workout?
It's like a new workout. It's called Orange Training, I think it is.
Serious. You got a trainer?
And well, it's basically like a massive class.
Yeah.
They try and not bill it as a class. They bill it as personal training, but in a group. So but it's a class. It's just
so
I love the way they try and like change the thing,
Yeah.
like change the vibe for everything. So like, there's loads of running machines, loads of weights, and there's a trainer, and they kind of like give you different reps.
But I would love to sit in on one of those. Not even sit and
it's
take
tomorrow.
part. Where?
Tomorrow at David Lloyd's. Come down.
What time?
About 2:00. Yeah,
2 p.m. Yeah? So do I need to sign up or anything?
I can ask them now. I'll email them. Say, my boy wants to film.
Love
to be fair, there's gonna be loads of press. So I'll just say your press.
Oh yeah, just
roll up.
yeah, that's cool, man. Because what I'm doing now, I'm sure you heard of it, is just pure calisthenics.
I've heard about that. So it's like pulling yourself up.
Yeah, so basically it's exercise to do with your body. It's just body weight exercise. You don't pick up a weight.
They say that's the best.
Yeah, I think it's the best. It's bed results for me.
Okay.
And I just go in. If I break down my routine, bro, you should one day try mine. So I'm gonna come tomorrow. If you've ever got time off, try mine one day. Yeah.
Right.
Walking with a pack of cards. Listen to this, bro. Listen to this. Actually, can I take it back?
Go on.
I'm going to take it back to where I got this routine from, right? I used to go to Fitness First in Leighton. Right? This is when I used to try and pump heavyweights to gain weight. I used to go down there, and on the board, there is a monthly fitness challenge table. So every month, they do a fitness. Who's the fittest? Not the strongest, the fittest. Mm-hmm. And there's this test. There's like 10 things you need to do. Like your bench press, your pull-ups, your running, your rowing, and all that. They've come up with it, and every month certain people can take part, right? So the first 2 months I went down there, I saw the top 10 and the winner, and it would change. And then on the third time I looked at it, which is the third month I looked at the board, they'd written the number 1 in permanent marker, bro. So I was like, whoa, who is this man? Who is this man? He's just winning.
Wait, how did you know it was permanent marker?
Because you can look at it, because usually it's wiped off. Usually it wipes off, but then this is black, and it's just stayed there.
Right.
It never moved. So after that, it never moved.
And for what exercise was that?
No, this was for every month. He just won the fitness challenge of everything every month, full stop. So they're not wasting their time with anyone else.
And who is this guy?
Right, this guy is a guy called Cassius. I found out he's a guy called Cassius.
Right.
How old is he, bro? Take a guess.
25?
40 plus. So I'm like, okay, Cassius, 40. I must find him. So I went around the gym asking for Cassius. And I found him with a deck of cards on the floor doing lunge step-ups, right? So then when he finished his set, I said, yo, like, you're sick. You're sick. What is this that you're doing? And he broke it down. He comes in with a pack of cards. Right? And he has a table. So hearts would mean pull-ups. Clubs would mean burpees. And so on, right? And faces, every face would be a core exercise or whatever. Shuffles a whole deck of cards, turns it upside down so you can't see it, flips the first one. Okay, that's 6 of hearts. I've got to do, according to the table today on a Monday, pull-ups. 6 pull-ups. Drop the next thing. Oh, I've got to do 10 burpees. 10 burpees. No rest, whole pack of cards.
He did the whole pack of cards.
And that's what I do now.
You do a whole pack of cards?
We do a whole pack of cards.
How long does that take?
Well, I'm a bit of a waste man because I walk to have a little bit of a drink to get the rests in, but it takes just under an hour, but you are dead.
Wait, okay, all right. So what does 8 of clubs represent?
Well, I've got Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So every single day I go in, I hit my whole body, but on every single day it's a different key that I've created.
Okay.
So have I got it on me? I don't think I've got it on me, but I can send it
to
you.
So let's say hearts will be push-ups one day.
Hearts is always a pull-up exercise. So it's pull-ups, wide pull-ups, and muscle-ups.
Where did he get the idea from?
I don't know. Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. He's part of the fire brigade. He's a fireman.
Right.
So fitness is his.
That is a great idea.
Bruv, I'm telling you. And the worst thing, imagine 45 minutes in and you drop a 10 of hearts. You got to do 10 pull-ups. 45 minutes in, the big numbers are all stacked. Then you drop another one, it's at 8. Because you can't tell what it is. There's no structure, so your body's guessing. Just like life.
You know, to be removing cards as the as the day going on.
Yeah.
That's a wicked idea, though. He should almost patent the idea and sell it as a concept. Because that's all exercise is. It's just new ways of making it fun. This is how these people make millions. In fact, this is my idea. We are patenting it right now. Melvin Odoom's card workout.
Do you know what? That's funny. You've kind of got a business brain in you because you've just talked about that as a business. But then earlier on, what did you say earlier on?
What was that?
You mentioned something, bro. I don't know if this was recording or not.
Did I paint in it?
No.
I should do.
Yeah, so whatever that is, guys, if you remember, Melvin Odoom's other business idea. I don't even remember.
Was it not to do with my sister?
No, it's going to come back to me later on.
Yeah, I think when you always kind of like, every now and then you go to yourself, actually, do you know what it is? I admire people who have made money from ideas.
Yeah.
And that's probably I think everyone. Well, it's probably one of my dreams, or an idea.
Yeah.
And just follow it through.
Yeah.
And just like win off the back of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Even when I speak to so many people who have had ideas, like I met one of the people that were behind Celebrity Juice and coming up with that concept, and looking at it now, it's like several seasons down the line, and then who was I was chatting to someone, like this a kid just came up with an application, and it was just such a simple. It was basically like it was like bite-sized news. And they sold it to like something like Yahoo or something like that, and just made like millions off of that.
Yeah.
And sometimes the most simple things, if you're just opening up a restaurant with a specific type of cuisine, and it just does well. Like another friend of ours has started up this business where they get fresh coconuts and completely peel the skin and just put a little seal over it, like a clean film with their brand. And because of the whole kind of like health thing is massive right now, they now sell fresh coconuts and they're doing really well. So these are all just ideas that
it's intriguing, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're all doing really well, and I just think every now and then I go, actually, can that make money? Has anyone else done it? I just admire people who've done that. I just like people who've come up with concepts and ideas, and they.
Have you ever noted these ideas down that you had?
Every now and then,
yeah,
but I usually note the ones that I am likely to be able to use. So if there's an idea for like our show or a TV concept, it's very rare that I'll be like, I've got an idea for a great plane that I want to build by hand. Like I can't see the means of me being able to do anything like that. Yeah. But if there's something that's achievable, then I do always note it down.
I've got a random ideas folder in my phone.
That's good,
bruv. And my brain's odd. I've got. And the ideas are so random. I can't speak about some of them on this because they're so odd.
You shouldn't. And do you know who used to do that? I've got a friend called
note them down.
Well, he used to have a folder. He used to have a flipping filing cabinet of them.
Yeah.
Is Jeremy Beadle. Random, the most random person. Yeah, but he used to have literally like a wall of ideas. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's sick, bro. So you've got an intrigue. You're intrigued by entrepreneurial things.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So here's a question. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember when you guys were starting off back in the day, Meant to Excel. I don't know if the team still puts the events on.
Well, the team were my family of friends. So like, no, the last one we did was a few years ago, probably about 2-3 years ago.
Was that more a business exercise, or was that you testing the waters for the entertainment industry?
Do you want the truth?
I want the truth.
It was.
Please, nothing but.
So we finished uni, and Meant to Excel started off with my uni friends all getting together. After uni, where half of us are broke, still paying off student loans and stuff like that, and a portion of us going out in London when we'd finished university, because we studied in Luton, University of Bedfordshire, and coming to like places like the West End or wherever, and just overpaying to go to parties. And we used to have our own parties at uni, and we just thought, well, why don't we just do our own thing and not charge people to come? So that's how it started. We did the first one in Holborn, and we said, like, you just come. It's just going to be a free thing. Put your name down.
So you lot all dug into your own pocket?
I think because we kind of just, Russell and people like Charles, they were just very good at talking. Russell's always very good at talking to people. So they probably just said, look, we're gonna have 300 people in your bar. We don't have any money to do it. We just want everyone to have a good time, and you can have the bar. We don't really care. At that point, we didn't really care about the money making of it. We
So
just wanted to have a good
hype.
party.
Yeah.
So then it kind of we did the first party, and they started becoming quite popular. And then half of the crew were like, well, actually, we can start making money.
Yeah.
And then half the crew, like people like me and Ricky, were like, well, no, it's just a great way for us to celebrate the brand, and people like me and Ricky to sharpen our skills as presenters, and people like Russell to sharpen his skill as like an online guy. So I think everyone's views started to change as it got bigger and bigger, and we started to make money from it.
So how long did it take before the views in your mind started to change?
It took the thing is the crew got bigger as well, so more people got involved in it.
Yeah,
like members' wives got involved in it, and girlfriends.
Families that get involved.
And then the people that had helped us out from the beginning. So I have cousins who may have been on the door. Certain people got more involved, and then obviously as you start to make money, then you're sharing it out. So you do a big party with hundreds of people, but
sharing
then
it out
at
with
the end
more
of it,
people
you
that attended.
might get £50 after you put like loads of work into it for a month. And we used to drive around selling tickets. So yeah, it got popular, and we loved. I think we just got to the point where we just loved doing it. Yeah. But then everyone got older, and then they actually ended up getting real jobs. But it was a great platform. That's basically what happened. But it was a great platform for people like myself and Ricky, because we'd have someone like Reggie would come down, and we'd be like, Reg, can we interview you? And he'd be like, cool. And then Kojo would come down, and we'd interview him.
So you done interviews, like Vox Pop interviews on screen?
But then it would act as an advert for the next party. Amy Winehouse would be at one, and then it would be bigger and bigger, and then. But then for me and Ricky, it was great, kind of like build as our portfolio of work as presenters. So it kind of, although it wasn't paying a lot, it was quite a valuable tool for us.
Sick, man. Why did you choose the name Meant to Excel?
It was I don't know who came up with that. It's basically.
Did you like it? I like it. It's obvious what it means. Like everyone in there, I'm guessing.
I like it now because of it was about growth, and it was about success and growing as. Do you know what it was? We remember watching television, and as much as we love, those kind of like. And we find them interesting, and they're quite reflective of certain people's lives, about young black people in the suburbs, in like urban areas, and they're quite street. So you have your kidulthoods and your adulthoods, whatever, right? But we were like, we're not that. We're not those kids. We're brought up a certain way. We've gone to university. We've studied hard. We want to be able to support our mums and our families and our sisters and our brothers, and we were like, we want to be able to promote a positive kind of like reflection of young black people and excelling and success, and that's how the name came about. I can't remember specifically who came up with it.
Good, man. And how long was it running for?
A few years.
It was good, man.
Few years.
Yeah.
I'd say definitely over 5 years.
Sick.
And off the back of it, we did like fashion shows. We did plays. We did a game show.
I remember that. I remember you and Ricky. I don't know if I saw a video. I think it was a
Short
video.
And curlies, yeah.
I don't know. You two were just doing some dance routines
mad dance,
and stuff.
Yeah.
So what? When did you and Ricky? Because I know you met at uni. Is that right?
Yeah.
But when did you decide to say, let's be presenters as a duo? Was it ever a formal decision?
No, it was Ricky. If he had the choice, he probably wouldn't work with me.
What is that? Do you feel the same way?
No, I love Ricky. I love him.
Yeah.
I respect him so highly because he's so handsome, and cool, and divine. But yeah, he basically we did student radio together.
Yeah.
And it was just something that we did as
taking
fun.
it even back from student radio, did you meet each other and say, let's have a radio show together? Or
because of Charles, another guy who is part of Men's Excel and like one of our brothers. He was like the DJ for the show because me and Ricky could DJ. So it'd be like Charlie, and almost Charlie was quite a directive person because he was used to work for Sony Street Team at that point. So he would be like, these are the hottest tunes right now. This is the kind of mix you should do. So Charlie was almost like our producer indirectly. And then we were always like the faces. We were always like the talkers. And then like garage was really big at that time. So Ricky got me into garage and would MC. And then if we did parties at university, them lot would DJ, and then we'd be the MC. So we was always like the voices of what was going on. So it was always an accident. Nothing was ever planned. Then Ricky, when we left uni, Ricky did work experience for everyone. Radio 1, 1Extra.
So he decided then he wanted to work in the media.
Ricky had always wanted to work in media.
In front of camera?
Yeah, in front of camera. Yeah, in front of camera, and he'd always had a interest in radio. He went Brit school, so before we even got to uni, he was teaching me how to like do things on the desk, right? But me, I just wanted to be Michael Jackson. Like that's all I knew. I just wanted to entertain people. Yeah. Like used to like earn lots of money at like family parties and stuff like that. So I just wanted to be all in my thing in my mind was I think at school I wanted to be an actor, and then I found it really hard doing my A-levels, and I thought, well, this is harder than I thought.
What do you mean doing your A-levels? So you studied it?
I did like
drama,
media performance, and then I did drama, and then I did sociology.
And it was hard studying the arts.
I found it really hard acting, and then I thought, well, how else can I entertain people? And that's how the presenting thing came into play.
So you've been a natural entertainer. With the family unit.
Yeah. I was always like the kid. Like, do you know what? It's funny because we were talking about before you start recording the whole stand-up comedy thing. Yeah. And my closest, and I don't really talk about this, but my closest ever experience of doing anything like stand-up was at a family party when I was about 10 or something. Yeah. And I had all my cousins round, and I just started doing impressions of like Chris Eubank and all these other like my dad and all this stuff. And I had like all the kids, there's probably about 3 or 4 kids in the room like playing computer, and initially they were listening to music and playing computer and not really listening to me. And then after a while literally everyone in the room was listening and laughing, and I really liked that idea of making people laugh. And I think that was like my first real early memory of entertaining people. And then at family parties, dancing to MJ and anytime. And then when we did plays at schools, anything to do with entertaining people just makes me feel really like alive. Really nice, like really good. It's like, you know, that moment just before you don't want that, you know, before. You're trying to kick that girl out of your house. That beautiful moment is like when you make someone laugh, or when you make someone smile. And with the stuff that we do now, often you get that feeling afterwards. People will tell you, they liked what you did on the show or whatever, or they send you a tweet. But there's nothing that beats that immediate gratification. That is a great feeling. Which is I've always tried to work out how, which is why it's nice when we do stuff like Sweat the Small Stuff. Because that's, although it's a pre-recorded show, you get the live reaction from people.
And then they pick and choose the best bits and they put it together.
Exactly. That's a beautiful feeling.
Do you know what was beautiful for me to see? To see you guys on TV as well means a lot to me. It's like excellent, great.
Thank you.
But when they send you on the streets, because remember, all of my UK Talk to Me stuff is me on the streets. I love being on the streets. Just press record.
So you know how it is.
So I know how it is.
So you know how it is.
So when you're going up to people, just how awkward they are. It's a beautiful thing, and you're really good at it, man.
Do you know what?
Because you're really comfortable.
When it's funny you say that. One of the one things I was always comfortable with at uni, because they make you go out. Because did you study like media and stuff?
Well, I graduated in multimedia technology.
Okay.
But no performing stuff. I just went on the streets.
You should have done performance, because you was me, right? Yeah. When I started at Luton, strict African mum, she was like, I don't even want you doing anything to do with acting, right?
Because we just don't understand it.
She was just like, you're not going to get a normal job that way, right? And I went to uni and I said, look, mum, I'm going to do media studies. And she's like, what, is that a performance thing? I was like, no. I was like, no, it's like she wasn't on it. She was not on it. So she was like, look, I said, look, Mum, it's more of like the theory behind media, and maybe I could be like Trevor McDonald. And she liked the idea of that. That's the way I brought her in.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, go and do that.
McDonald.
And so I started doing it, and Ricky was the guy who swayed me to do the more performance stuff at uni, because he saw me and he was like pretending to be a tree somewhere and doing stuff in front of camera and reading off auto cue and doing all this stuff. And then he saw me one day and he was like, Melv, why are you doing like something about film noir? And like, like that's not you.
That's so beautiful that he done that, bro.
Yeah, he was like, Melv,
when we start off, we're not too sure of ourselves.
No, we're not
other
too
people
sure.
Can see.
And that was because obviously he saw me outside of the studies, and he'll be like, Melv, you're making us laugh or whatever. Yeah, why don't you come and do what we're doing? So then I didn't tell my mum, but I basically went onto his course.
Bro, I done exactly the same thing in uni.
Really?
I went studying earth sciences for 2 weeks.
Earth sciences?
Bro, he said we're going to study precipitation for a semester. And I walked out, I went back, looked in the mirror, I said, Reubes, you're not studying rain for a semester. And then I just didn't go back, so I was just raving until I found multimedia. Didn't tell him straight off. Went into multimedia.
See, that's the beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But like, moving on to like the whole performance aspect of it was like one of the most important steps for me, and it was.
Did it feel right?
Just because of it took me back to my original plan of entertaining people.
Yeah, that's when you're in your
and that's why it's funny, because of like you today you said you speak to comedians, and even on my Wikipedia some random dude has put Melvin Odoom's a comedian, and I never really call myself that. Yeah. Because there's so many comedians that I do respect. There's people that who who make me laugh, and they've honed, like people like Kojo. I think he's amazing at what he does, and I love Kojo because of his hustle. Yeah, someone like Dave Chappelle, I think he has a beautiful mind. Yeah, and he's very spontaneous in his delivery. Someone like people always draw for someone like Richard Pryor, but he's not my favourite stand-up comedian. I'd sooner put Eddie Murphy before Richard Pryor, although I have respect for him and the origins. And then I'd throw in someone like Russell Brand, or I think Ricky Gervais is absolutely hilarious. There's so many people who are, and those for me are comedians. I'm just a guy who I think I'm very observant, and I can pick up on the things that make me laugh and tell a story, like retell a story. Yeah. I think I'm just sometimes just a very good storyteller. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, who adds a little bit, throws a bit of humor.
But you have good comedy timing.
That's
and and you understand comedy quite well, irony, sarcasm, all that kind of stuff, and that shows. I would still say you're a comic.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're a stand-up because you haven't got up. Would you do stand-up?
Do you know Ramesh Ranganathan?
Of course I do. Yeah, he used to be at LTM.
Now, Ramesh has said to me that I'm telling you a lot of stuff I've not said to anyone.
Yeah, I'm digging, bro.
And
feel free to shut up when you need to shut up.
No. I just think it's interesting. But Ramesh said to me, "Look, Melv, I want you to come and do stand-up."
Yes, bro. Listen, do it.
That's what he said.
Do it.
And I think part of it for me is the fear.
No way. Whoa. You're a little fearful of doing stand-up.
Yeah, because if I don't want, because he said like he was like, with stand-up, this is what he said to me, because with stand-up you do material, and half the time you get heckled. Sometimes people laugh. Yeah. And then sometimes people just ignore you, whatever. You get air completely. And I don't like that idea of getting air.
Seriously, I would never have thought that, bro.
Do you know what?
You seem like supremely confident.
I'm confident if I'm in the club and there's a young lady in front of me and I want to buy her a drink. Yeah. But I think because of, do you know what it is? It's because I respect comics and I respect talent.
You have an idea of what a proper stand-up is. But in order to start, I think you need to let go of all perceptions, all ideas.
Between you and me, I would love to.
All right, shall we do this?
No.
Let's do. I'm gonna put it out there anyway. Yeah.
Go on.
Because we're doing a gym thing together.
Yeah. Yep.
How about on a D-Lo?
Right.
We both, because I haven't done stand-up for about a year and a half. Yeah, I've been hosting loads of stages. Right. I'm fine with that, and I've been writing every time I get a stand-up idea. I've been putting it down. I've got loads of stuff I want to test out. Right. Me and you on a D-Lo go and do an open mic spot, unannounced, in one of the open mic spots.
It's got to be like 2 people in the audience.
No, there's. Here's the thing. There's more than 2.
Right.
It's like 2.5. There might be a kid there. No, I'm joking. I'd say there's about 30 people right in the room.
That's too many people.
Listen, bruv, listen. But, yeah, the majority of those people are getting up and trying it for the first time themselves in this venue.
Right, okay.
Or it's the people
Where is this venue?
It's called the Cavendish. I think it's called the Cavendish Arms.
Right.
In kind of the Vauxhall area near the roller skating venue.
Yeah, South London. I don't even like to go to
listen,
South.
Listen, bruv, just listen. We'll get in a cab, walk out of the cab into the venue on stage, get back into the cab and roll out.
How do you remember your first?
I remember. I've recorded my first routine. It's on a private link.
And
on
how
YouTube.
did that go?
It done okay, and I got told by because I studied stand up.
Right.
So and then at the end of it, we have this graduation.
Do you think you can study stand up?
The answer is yes. Initially, I didn't, but then when I went into it's the Amused Moose comedy course I was on, and what the things I learnt there, bruv. And there's one thing Logan kept hammering home is that when it comes to writing stand up, is you need to let go of you need to be vulnerable. You have to be.
What do you mean?
Okay, so first thing that he hammered into our heads every session we went there is that all creativity comes from play. So when you're writing stand-up, you don't get a pen and say, okay, here's a joke and start writing a joke. No, you just freestyle, maybe in a room, on a mic, just talk about something, because there's two parts to our mind. There's a conscious mind and a subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is cleverer than the conscious mind. When you're trying to put it all together using logic, you're not going to make the link sometimes. It's like when stand-ups get up and someone throws a heckle at them, and immediately their subconscious mind has just
already thought of something.
Yeah, and it just hit them back with it, and that's the genius part. So when you're writing, you just keep flowing until you get bits and put it together. And also, vulnerability is if you go up there, bro, thinking you don't want to fail, or thinking that some of this shit is not going to be funny, the conviction in your performance won't be there. Right? So you need to go up and say, fuck it.
Right.
This is my bit about the donkey, and I'm going to deliver this with conviction. And you just go into your donkey bit. And if you get a laugh, you get a laugh. If you don't, you say, cool, I'm going to keep it moving.
You know what, that is the beauty, the non-fear of it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen stand-ups come on Sweat, and they say some stuff like we had, but some of the people who I really enjoy are the ones who are the bravest. There's a guy called James Acaster, and I think he's from Canada, and it's just some of the stuff he comes out with, I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe you said that. There's another guy called what's his name? I'll remember his name in a minute. But yeah, and he's just so left field with his comedy. I'm just like, wow. So who are your favourite stand-ups?
Who, mine?
Yeah.
There's on the big circuit, I really do like
Sorry, James Acaster's not from Canada. Bobby Mayer's from Canada, and he's random. And James Acaster's from the UK, and he is left but hilarious.
Seriously.
Yeah, I needed to clarify that.
Yeah, I haven't been big on the stand-up scene for a little while, but in terms of big UK-based names, I think who's the East London guy with the hair? Mickey Flanagan. Mickey Flanagan is hilarious for me because I relate to the East End of London.
Right, yeah.
Also, the Asian Ramesh is a killer, bruv.
Yeah.
For me,
Ramesh is
because
amazing.
I come from the same we got Sri Lankan in the blood as well, so like I understand where he's coming.
He's
from.
amazing.
Bro, his timing
and for me, I love seeing him on TV. He was on like The Apprentice, You're Fired the other day, and I was so happy to see him on a show like such a high profile show like that because he is literally
man.
And you see he's for me it's his delivery. He's so relaxed with it. So yeah, I do, but I enjoy so many different aspects of comedy.
Just entertainment in general.
I think well, not all aspects of entertainment. Really? I'm not a big fan of reality TV.
But you'd be up for hosting a reality TV show.
Yeah, because it pays the bills. Definitely. But I said I had this argument with someone. I say I don't like reality TV, but I love Big Brother and I love The Apprentice and I love The X Factor.
Pleasure, man. Big Brother's a guilty pleasure. Bro.
Yeah, but then there's things that annoy me sometimes. Stuff like Made in Chelsea annoys me sometimes.
Why?
Because there's people like my sister who have honed in their skills as an as an actress, and she has studied for years to learn a script and understand her motivation. And then you got these guys who they basically told her, today you're gonna break up with your boyfriend, and they just shoot a camera, and it's not, it's all set up, and it's not really real.
Yeah.
But it's made to seem real, and I find that a bit annoying. I'd rather watch a sick, real, thought about drama like The Walking Dead or Broadchurch, something with with real actors in it, over those kind of like situation-based reality TV shows. Those are the kind of ones I'm not a fan.
I agree with you on that totally, bro.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but you know what? The landscape's forever changing. Do you know what I mean? They're always trying to innovate.
But sometimes what I think, what I don't like, doesn't matter, because if there's these people have been, and these shows have been so successful, off the back of it.
Who the hell are we?
Yeah,
and it's all relative. Anyway,
yeah, who the hell am I? It's true.
No, real talk. I get it, bro. I get it. This is why I seldom debate with anyone, because everyone's got an opinion over something, right? At the end of the day, has it bared results? Yes. Okay. Thanks for your opinion. Let's just keep it moving, I guess. Do you consume? So you watch a bit of drama. Do you consume a lot of media?
A lot. I pretend I don't.
Yeah.
I always like to sound cool and be like, I love listening to music. I can't live without music. But really, I sit and watch so much television, and I watch a lot of films. I just finished watching Boyhood. Have you seen that?
No.
Bro, listen, right? So this film was filmed over a decade.
Yeah.
So the main focus is this young boy, and as the film goes on, it's like a 2.5 hour film. You literally watch him grow, like in real life.
Whoa!
So
it's
like
the real dude.
Yeah. So it ends up with him in like college.
Yeah.
But it starts off with him as a young boy, like a kid.
So it's like a real film documentary.
So all the characters around are really growing, like they're growing in real life. It's not no makeup or anything like that.
That director
It's
is
just
patient.
He's patient, and I think it's won a few awards.
Yeah.
But it's just the story's not like groundbreaking. It's just like a boy coming of age story. But the fact that someone sat down and went, right, I'm gonna do a film, and the main focus is gonna be this kid, but I'm actually gonna film it for real. Like I'm gonna start now, and it's gonna end in 10 years time. That's what this guy said. That is a mental idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
A mental
that
idea.
commitment in your mind.
Imagine. Like,
but
I'm
even
sitting
with
there
the
watching.
actors as well as the directors.
Yeah, because every single year they must have had to come and film their bits. I was like, weren't you worried about someone dying? Or
Bro, it's so true.
Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Or just worried about
Must have been in the contract. They're not allowed to die.
Yeah, but what about like if one year someone just went, you know what, I don't want to be an actor anymore.
Yeah.
Because the guy started off as a kid. How do you know that in 10 years' time he's going to want to finish it?
Yeah.
Like they must have had. It would be really interesting to find out the challenges that they went through to get to that stage. But beautiful ideas. That's what I'm saying. It's all about ideas. The things that I love the most. It's the thing that I love the most. A great idea, and actually, following that idea through is a beautiful thing.
Do you know what? Recently, I agree as well. Like every time I look at a concept, I'm always in the back of my mind analysing it. I'm saying, okay, what's the core idea here?
Yeah.
Google Box at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what? And it's always the most simple wife swap. Do you know how much P that man made? He sold it internationally.
No.
Oh my gosh! Swap your wives. That's it. That's it.
Wives.
Google Books. Let's instead of put the camera on the TV, put the camera on the people that are watching the
Clever,
TV.
yeah.
Big Brother. Let's just put a camera. Let's just hack into security cameras and play that out to the world.
Yeah.
Sick, innit, man?
So funny, the way you broke it down, literally like that. Yeah. So then, what other ideas are available?
I'll tell you what a trend that I've picked up on recently. Mm-hmm. Coming from Google Box, the idea of...
I love that you call Gogglebox Googlebox.
Yeah, it's Gogglebox.
Yeah. That's like the way in Africa would say, I really enjoyed that Gogglebox. That Gogglebox. Yeah, I wanted to hear you say it a few more times first.
Yeah. To just reinforce my idiocy.
It's entertaining me.
Oh, thank you. It's all about you, though. Switch here. You don't need to do the entertaining today. Thanks, man. There's a reason I called it Googlebox.
Because it looks like Googlebox.
Well, it does, but me and Shaka, you know Shaka.
I love Shaka.
Shaka's a beast. Shaka's a close friend of mine.
Is he?
Yeah.
You know what? Now you say that, there are similarities.
Have you not seen the UK Talk to Me with me and Shaka on the street on YouTube?
No, but it sounds like it would be funny.
Mate, This was like 2-3 years ago.
Are you guys around the same age, or?
No, unfortunately, I'm a lot older.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's very young. But yeah, there is. You guys have got a very similar energy, actually. Now you say that.
Yeah, no, I love the guy to bits.
He's a very talented guy.
I love the guy to bits.
When I first saw the Shacapellas,
Mate,
I said to my sister, I was like blown away. And do you know when you just keep going on about someone?
yeah.
And so she organised a party and basically begged him to kind of perform at this party, and he just did his thing, and I was you know when you're just like really overwhelmed by someone, because you know I'd only met him through his friend, his manager, and you know he's a busy guy and he was doing 1,000,001 things with various other artists, so I was humbled by the fact that he kind of took time to do that. But yeah, he's a very cool guy.
He's a top guy. We always we meet up every few months and have this what we call an energy exchange. We just talk about things, right? And we get into deep conversations about creativity. Again, we talk about this whole idea of vulnerability and not censoring the creative process. But he's a deep guy. I'm sure you've interviewed him a few times.
No, do you know what? I went to his launch of the EP.
Yeah, you were DJing actually.
Yeah,
weren't you?
and so like it's always through like that kind of social setting that I've bumped into him, or you know he'll send out a tweet, or some will send me some music. But I don't think I've ever sat down on a one-to-one. I would like to, because he's a very interesting character.
Yeah, you will, man. Yeah. You will. Anyway, going back quickly, bro, because we can talk about Shaka all day, bro.
Yeah.
Going back to the media consumption thing, you say you consume a lot.
Yeah.
Do you, because like you're doing a breakfast show every morning and you're doing TV all over the gaff, do you have rituals on a daily basis where you say, okay, for 2 hours I need to check out all these blogs and keep up to date with the industry?
Okay, so there's 3 things I do in reference to the what are you talking about? Consumption generally, or in terms of the show, in terms of work?
in terms of the work, in terms of keeping up with the zeitgeist.
Okay, so for work, there's 3 things that happen, right? When I wake up in the morning, I literally, on the way from my house to work, read about 3 different sites or newspaper.
So you're on a train.
In a car.
Yeah.
Just reading.
Yeah.
Either blog sites or newspaper websites, and just seeing what's literally the breaking news.
How long's the transit journey from your house to
about
work?
45 minutes. Okay. So that's me just reading, bang, 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 bang. Then I put notes together. That's one thing I do.
You put notes together every day?
Yeah, I have to, because if I am not I'm not the kind of guy that will I can't pick up a newspaper and just be like, this is what's happening in the news. I have to almost read it, understand what the hell's going on, and then take my favorite, like the key points from that story, and then make it my own. That's the way I have to, just the way I do it.
Yeah.
Right. And then it will be stuff that happens throughout my life. Anything that happens that's interesting. If I chat to a girl or one of my boys and they say something funny or interesting, I'll literally take my phone and I'll put a note.
In a folder.
In
Evernote or just notes?
In notes.
Yeah.
And that just goes. Or if I like say something to you and you say something funny, I'll be like, Reuben, if my phone's not on me, I'll be like, send me a text of what you just said.
Yeah.
A lot of the time you might not even know what the hell's going on, but I just say, just send me what you just said.
Yeah.
And then I'll go through my phone and be like, okay, well, who are the last few people that sent me a text, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I usually do. And then the last section is organic. So that might be just me and Ricky and Charlie having a conversation about...
This is the process for the breakfast show.
Yeah, this is or just things in general. I think those are my 3...
Yeah.
That's my formula for content. So even with if it's not Ricky and Charlie, it will be Grimmy and Rochelle. That will be the organic section of when you're just talking about something there and then, and it will spark up something. And those are usually the times when I think we shine the most. That and when you plan something. Yeah. Those are the times when you shine the most.
So these are all like automated processes with you every day.
I have to do it. I think that's what's helped the show to live.
Yeah, because you guys won prizes for the show, didn't you?
We've won Sony Silver, we won Sony Gold.
Well done, brother.
For breakfast. Thank you.
How long you been doing that show for now?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
So that's been the bread and butter for you.
Yeah, that's always been, and Kiss was really our first real break.
Yeah, man, that must have been beautiful when you got that break.
Yeah, it was. To be honest, I was like, I don't think me and Ricky ever thought it was would be as long lived as this. We
Yeah.
thought it was literally because we was on probation. Like prisoners, and they were like, we'll test you out, and if it works, it works, and if it
that's
doesn't,
the normal
it doesn't.
process, though, right? With everybody.
Yeah, but I think because we were like newbies and no one knew who we were, we just thought we were depping for someone, and they were going to get a real big name DJ eventually, and they were just biding their time, and then
You really thought that?
that's seriously, and I think that's a good way to be.
Yeah, you have to be.
I'm
open
like
to
that
change,
today.
right? Yeah, you could always get locked off.
That is the way to be. I think the moment you start getting comfortable and thinking,
That's
you know
it,
what.
bro.
This is me. I am the dog's bollocks.
Yeah.
Then that's when I think that you start slipping.
Yeah.
And constantly I'm thinking, they're gonna get rid of us tomorrow. it'll be someone else. And especially with commercial radio, and we've seen, some of the most amazing
Come and go.
DJs, literally just disappear.
So do you have like backup plans?
Yeah, I think we
Do you
have
save a
backup
lot of
plans.
money?
Save a lot of money. I think the backup is to just work your arse off, and if anything comes along, whether it's stuff like Sweat the Small Stuff or we're doing the Brits.
Yeah, well done, bro. That's sick.
Thank you.
So you're doing an African accent on.
Oh yeah, no, that's my default. Like, I need to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Just be African.
Yeah, that's the calling card, isn't it? Well, you got me anyway, bro.
Oh, that's
what
good.
else matters?
That's a blessing. Exactly. Nothing else matters. If Reuben's laughing at home, that is my goal.
That is it. I spat out rice, bro. I kept it ethnic.
But yeah, it's just you have to literally take every opportunity, I think, and every now and then I try and remember like how hard it was to get here, and every now and then I try and remember people who want to do what we're doing, and it can be hard sometimes because you're just doing your thing.
You get used to it.
You get used
it's just
to
natural
it.
to get
And
used
people remind. My sister's very good at reminding me. I love it, because she'll tell me how it is.
Yeah,
She's very.
It's beautiful how your sister's giving you great advice and you're giving her no hope.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? She's my biggest advisor. I call her the angel of the family. I don't tell her to her face. Yeah. In fact, cut that bit out. I don't want her to know. But yeah, she.
I'm trying to progress the relationship.
Yeah. I've got, there's a theme here. But she's very good at giving advice, and this feels like therapy a little bit. This is really good. This is quite freeing.
You're locked up in an attic with a fellow bald man, and you're telling me this is free.
This is really good.
You're below the one window.
You should start charging the people that come to see you.
My brother said that yesterday.
You should do.
He goes, at least for voiceovers, bruv. You got the studio set up.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Aaron.
You should do.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, it's her. Yeah, I think there's certain people that keep people like Ricky, because if he's been through it directly, everything that I've been through, and so he helps to keep me motivated. Yeah. And he'll tell me what works and doesn't work. You know what's the hardest thing about this industry, which is why I think it's a hard thing for you because of you're doing this just you as yourself, is people who will be honest with you, because when you get to a certain level, because people want to be nice generally. Yeah. When you get to a certain level, people will just tell you you're doing all right, or you're doing good, even if you're not. Yeah. And so you need that. Those people that you can count on your hand who will just tell you the truth. And sometimes you have to be the person to tell yourself the truth, but that's quite hard when because as artists we're often critical of ourselves anyway. Yeah. So yeah, it is nice to. It's nice to have people who you can call up and go like, was that all right? Yeah. Was that terrible? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And they'll tell you the truth.
I always vouch for honesty, and I always try to ask people to be as honest as possible around me.
Well, sometimes honesty can be upsetting. I don't think I take good
feedback well.
No.
Really, bro?
No, I want people to tell me I'm great all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, tell me why this is shit. Because I'm happy.
No, because it goes back to my original purpose in doing what we do is for two reasons. One, because I enjoy it, and two, because I want to ultimately make people happy. Yeah. So if I feel like I haven't made people happy,
you take that on yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. Shit.
Yeah.
How with Kiss, and how are we doing for time? We're 54 minutes in.
That's fine.
Is your car still there?
No, you carry. Yeah, it should be.
Oh, well, I'll pray.
We'll hear the alarm go off.
Oh really? They're really good around there, bro.
Really? Are they
good?
You
get back there, there'd just be an onion on the floor.
An onion? Oh, they're efficient. That is a skill.
They leave something for you. You know what I mean?
We'll change the ticket in a minute.
Yeah, all right. With the Kiss job, so that was your first step into the mainstream media, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
How did you bag that job, if you don't mind me asking?
So the process was, we were at One Extra as freelance broadcast assistants. We entered a competition for people who weren't on air. It was called the On Air Academy. We did this
In order to get into One Extra too.
No, we were working behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And the BBC are very good at doing really amazing incentives and competitions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a lady called Sean was behind a competition for people who were producers, or if you were someone working as an engineer, or maybe you'd come in and you'd do online. It was for people who weren't on air.
Yeah.
To showcase an on-air talent, right?
Yeah.
And I suppose me and Ricky deep down always wanted to be
On air.
presenters and on air, but we was always quite scared because of certain people with management don't like the idea of people in production to be
Stepping up.
being presenters. They want just people in production. But if you're an artist or a presenter or whatever, sometimes you have to get your foot in the door anyway, which you can.
Yeah.
And so we were quite happy and blessed, and we did also love producing.
Yeah.
And the fact that we were working for like One Extra at that time was a time that was so exciting.
That was right at the beginning.
Yeah, that was the only real black music station that was with heart, and they went across the board, whether it was drum and bass or whether it was house or whether it was dance hall or hip hop. They really thought about everything they were doing. It was a very exciting place to work at. So anyway, we entered this competition and we won this competition. And the guy one of the judges, was a guy called Jez.
What was the process? Sorry, if you don't mind me asking.
So the process was to come up with a show, a concept,
Yeah.
and then to do like a 10-minute show.
So make a show.
Yeah.
This is when you were on the streets with this whole fashion thing.
Nah, that came afterwards. This was like a on-air radio show, and me and Ricky were like, we loved hip hop. We still do love hip hop. So we were like, why don't we look at hip hop from a different angle? Why don't we look at it from a poetic angle?
Yeah.
So which artists would you class as poets? It would be people like Common, or people like Nas. And I was always really big into like the neo soul side of things, as you know.
Yep.
So I loved that whole kind of like neo soul kind of like look into it. So we called it
Here we go.
I think we called it street poetry or something like that.
Okay. I was hoping a terrible title.
I think it was based on another rapper's song.
Yeah.
So it was based all around that, and it was just like all it was conscious hip hop. That was all it was. But we just kind of packaged it up as poetry, and we did this show, and it was just very laid back.
Yeah, breaking it down.
Yeah, but we didn't want to be too cool with it because I think specialist DJs are often very too cool. So we were just chilled out, enjoying the music, talking about it, and just playing good music. And that was all. It was a real simple idea. Won this competition. One of the judges owned an agency called Something Else, and he signed us to his agency.
Yeah.
And he had 2 people look after us. He had a guy called Grant Michaels, who's now works with us as well, and a lady called SJ. And yeah, off the back of that, he was like, look, we want you to do more TV. And we tried to get a show on the BBC, but I think at that time there were a lot of double-headed young black males, people like Rampage, people like Ace and Viz.
What do you mean by double-headed?
So two basically. 2 presenters.
Oh, okay.
So you had
stuff.
So you had Ace and Viz, you had Rampage, you had Jason Yare, and so like for them to then sign 2 young guys from London again, I think would have been too much for them, and they were probably looking for something different at that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were never as established as they were, and they had more to give at that point because me and Ricky couldn't even DJ at that point. And they had all these other DJs that were there who were on air, they were established, and they could DJ, and they knew what they were doing. So we went and we did our own show reel, with a guy called Jam.
Yeah, so you just got your friend basically to help you cut it.
Jam.
This is the radio show reel, yeah?
Yeah, so no, Jam did it, and another friend of ours did our show reel, and that was basically a take on Trini and Susanna's, going out and doing makeover shows, and we called that Fix Up Look Sharp.
Yeah, I remember that, bro.
And that the girl in that is ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
who's now like, you know, one of our closest friends.
Yeah.
And so we just thought,
This was the video show reel. This was.
yeah. So this
Yes.
was us like
Yeah.
just making up a random member of the public. I still think it's a very clever concept of
Yeah.
kind of like making up someone on a more young street level, like
So it weren't like Street Date. Like,
no.
what's her name?
Yeah,
Vegan
yeah.
Street Date.
So it was like a combination of Trini and Susanna's show
Yeah.
and Street Mate, yeah.
Yeah, Street Mate. Okay.
Street Mate. It was a combination of those two shows thrown together, and so that's what we based our show reel on.
Yeah.
And the boss at Kiss had seen it, Andy Roberts, and he called us in, and that's how that relationship
Okay.
kind of like flourished.
See.
So he gave us our first show on
Yeah.
Weekend Breakfast, and then from Weekend Breakfast we started depping and covering for other people, and then from
Depping. What does that mean?
then like covering,
Okay.
and from
Oh,
that
like when you get.
so like someone's on holiday,
Okay. Yep.
then we'll cover. So we'd cover for like drive time, we'd cover for breakfast, we'd cover for early breakfast, and so that's how we kind of like got our confidence with the different shows. And then like the breakfast show DJ had left, and then
Who was the breakfast show DJ at the time?
at that point it was a guy called Reuben Banks. Everyone seems to think it was Bam Bam, and when we started, no one
I remember
no
Bam
one
Bam.
liked us. People
Really?
yeah, well, people were like,
And
"Who
they
are
made
these?"
that apparent.
Because we were so different.
Yeah.
They were like, who are these boys? Bring back Bam Bam, mate. I want to listen to my Bam Bam and Street Boy. They're fucking hilarious. Like, they were like, for a good few months, they were like, where's Bam Bam? It was so funny because everyone thought we'd come after him, but we'd literally like after Robin Banks. And I think us being so different, or in the beginning, although it was quite tough, it actually became a blessing.
Yeah.
Because I think if we were similar to someone like Bam Bam, we would have never, till this
You'd have
day,
been phased out after a
yeah,
while.
till this day, people still ask about Bam Bam. And I've probably met him like twice in my life. He was a legend.
Yeah. So it's good for Andy to take a risk on you guys and let
Definitely.
that run for 3 months plus.
Yeah.
When you're still getting a Bam Bam complaints.
Yeah. And yeah, he took a massive risk, and we still thank him for it. Well, we don't openly say it, but in my mind, I thank him.
Why is that a male ego thing?
No,
Just got to maintain.
no.
gangster.
Just because, yeah, you don't want to tell your boss too much that
yeah.
we love him.
So did you guys have a plan on growth? Did you? I remember having a conversation with you years back, or hearing about it, saying, it would be great to have our own TV show. And forward a couple of years, I'm seeing you guys build the idea of Ricky and Melvin on TV.
You know what it is? When we'd started at Kiss, we had such a whirlwind of shows and work is the best way to describe it. It was like Kiss, Ricky's doing MTV News.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go and do some stuff on MTV Digs. Actually, we're gonna leave there and do Full Music. We're gonna do some special shows, and then we do our chart show, and then we'll do something for the Weakest Link, and then Big Brother's Big Mouth. And it was literally
something else was sorting all this out.
It was
Putting you forward for
something else, and and people seeing the work that we'd done, and a combination of different things. But work was just like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
But I think our new goal is to kind of like become more of a mainstream entity, because a lot of the stuff that we've done is either been youth programming or music television based. But I think when you're pushing yourselves into kind of like a more mainstream arena, then things happen a little bit slowly.
Yeah.
So
it takes long, doesn't it?
It takes a very long time. And it doesn't matter how big or famous you are. Someone like Emma Willis, she was at MTV like years ago.
Yeah,
and
I
then
remember.
went and had a baby.
I was part of the Pick Me MTV competition.
So you
Do
would
remember
know?
that?
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
on the panel with Alicia
She was on the
Dixon
panel
and Trevor Nelson, and I got up in that competition. That's when I started presenting.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I've been on the grind for a minute.
So a long time.
Yeah.
And I think there was a period when I remember chatting to my sister again and just saying, like things feel a bit slow, but it's not that things feel a bit slow. I believe everyone has their time.
Yeah.
And like I use so many different people as examples for that. So Emma Willis is a great example because she literally went and did the family thing, did a few presenting bits here and there, and then she thought coming back, and she was given Big Brother, and now off the back of that she's literally she's probably my number one favorite presenter at the moment. And then coming away from the presenting thing, I use Tiny Temper as an example because I remember being at something like Wireless Festival, and him and his manager Doomy, who we also love, coming up and going, Melv, we got some new material for you and Ricks. I'm gonna send it through, and Doomy sent me Pass Out.
That's what kicked it all off.
And I remember listening to Pass Out in my car. I remember the car. I remember where I was. I even remember where I was going, and me listening and going, wow, this is a really good song. And someone had my barber had told me about Labyrinth before. Yeah. And before he was working with Tiny, he was working with Master Shorty. Do you remember Master Shorty?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
And I remember thinking, wow, this Labyrinth is good, man. And I was thinking, I wonder if it's gonna do well. And literally months after that, he was like everywhere. And I remember, and I'm so happy when I see Tiny and I see Doomy, because
you understand the grind.
I understand the grind, and it gives me hope that, you know, when it's our time, when it's mine and Ricky's time, you know, we can excel to that level as well.
You're meant to excel, bro.
Meant to excel. Do you know what I mean?
You always have been.
Yeah.
You've been excelling though. I mean, do you not? Maybe you don't want to jinx it, but do you not feel that you guys are making some big steps now?
Yeah, but I think it's always important to have in your mind that to keep the hustle on. Never. Yeah. I think because it's real easy to go, oh, yeah, things are going great, and then lose your hustle. Yeah. I think having the hustle is the
urgency, right?
The most important thing.
Real talk.
For me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like I don't hustle enough.
Yeah. I always feel like that about me.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? There was a period, and I can't remember when it was, but I started working smart instead of working hard, because I would do everything and anything, and that's not the way to be. I think you have to be selective in what you do, and you do the right jobs at the right time. Yeah. Timing is one of the most important things.
But how would you know it's the right job at the right time?
Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
But and sometimes you have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
You have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
But
failure.
A lot of it is to do with experience and instinct and knowledge and and asking questions.
Yeah. So you do seek counsel from
and
time
doing
to time.
your research. Yeah. That's why we have agents.
Yeah.
That's why we have agents, and that's why we have friends in the industry that you can call on. Yeah. I remember when we first started doing the acting thing, a lot of the questions and a lot of the knowledge that I got was from like the other actors that I work with. A guy called Ian Kirkby and a guy called Dave Chapman. Like, they studied at like RADA and stuff like that, and so if I was ever like doubtful of a certain character I was doing, or even asking about little things on how to do a certain accent, I'd go to them. Yeah. I'm not afraid to ask people questions, and especially if I trust people. You're a great example of that. You asked me a question the other day, and I think if you trust someone, and you know that they respect you, then you know that the information that you're getting is valid, and that you can, you know.
And you know what I found as well, bro? A lot of people are scared to ask questions, but I feel intrinsically human beings like to help. So where they can, they will.
Some people
unless
like to
they
help.
have vested interests in other things.
Yeah. I think some people like to help. I don't think I'm not trusting of everyone.
Yeah.
I think some people like to help. And I think and that's why I'm mad selective.
Yeah.
About the circles that I keep around me. I think when we started this, I used to think everyone was my friend. I was like,
because the media is kind of fake. Like
that. It can be, but at the same time, there are loads of really nice people as well. But I think in terms of your nucleus of people, it's important not to forget them. It's like the person I'm gonna go and see now. Like, it's a person who I regard as my brother, and he lives like down the road from you.
Yeah. Do I know him?
Yeah, Russell, one of the members of Meant to Excel.
Okay.
And you know, I'm gonna, because I'm in the area, I'm gonna go and see the family. I'm godfather to like his son.
Okay.
So it's just a good point. Like, it's a good time to go and see the family.
Yeah.
So he those are the people who will always have your back and will not judge you, because that can be a nightmare at times. And
you can.
Yeah, not in terms of my work, but in terms of like stuff like girls and do you know what I mean? I've not settled down yet. I'm 34, and I have no real intentions of settling down with anyone yet. I'd like it. I'd love it. But
are you just saying that, bro? Because you know it's okay to die alone, Melvin.
No, I don't think it is. I don't want to die alone.
No. I'm not saying you want to, but I believe that it's okay.
No.
Okay, we have a difference of opinion.
It's not okay to die alone.
Okay.
That's not a good thing to have. But do you know why? Because that's sad. I used to live
is that
somewhere.
idea of sad not relative though? Because we can find happiness in ourselves.
No, you can't. I'll tell you something,
Are you
right?
serious? You don't believe that?
I'm going to tell you a story. I'm
going
going to tell you a story. I remember coming home, my old house.
Yeah.
And there's an old lady who lives 2 doors from my house.
Yeah.
And she used to like lock herself out constantly. She had a son, and he would try and help out, but you could see he's got his own thing going on. He's got his own, life that he wants to live. But essentially, she lived by herself, and I used to feel so bad. I remember one time, I'd try and help her back into her house and stuff because of her neighbor would have a spare key to let her in, and I remember thinking, I do not want to be alone when I'm old. I want to be able to have a family that have got my back, and I want to be able to have someone that I grow with who I love. Like I don't want to be alone, and I think I'm enjoying the singledom at the moment. Yeah. But essentially, I am also in a place where if I do meet the right person, I think it's important to have and it's also about your legacy as well, like what you pass down. And I'm not talking about money or whatever or houses. I'm talking about what you pass down in terms of
family unit.
Yeah. One of the things that make us happy, like, because really and truly, the only reason we do all this is for happiness. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. Totally agree. And we are social creatures.
And I remember, completely different story now, but my dad's house flooded, right? His flat flooded one day. And he was, with insurance companies, one of the rules are, that they're supposed to house you. If you've got a problem with your house, they're supposed to house you in a better place than the one you're living in or on par with. Yeah. So they put him in this sick penthouse one day. It was like overlooking the Thames, rooms everywhere. It was sick, right? And what do you think is the first thing my dad did when he was given this place?
Invite someone around.
Not someone. He invited everyone around. Yeah. He invited cousins, aunts, uncles, everyone was there. And I remember walking into the house and I was like to my sister, oh, wow, I'd love a place like this. You know what, when I said to my sister, when I'm older, I'm going to have a place like this. And she, one of the most interesting things she said was, she goes, well, there's no point in just having this unless you have someone to share it with. Yeah. And she goes, look at Dad. And I literally looked around the room and I saw my cousins like laughing. I was like, it's true. This place means nothing to my dad without the people around him enjoying it and really appreciating it with him. And so that's what I want. I want to be able to have a comfortable life, but I want people in my life to enjoy that. Those aspects as well.
I'm sure you have your close friends and family now that feel that void. It's not a void as such, but when I said it's okay to die alone, I mean I wasn't pro. Do you know what I mean? Pro anti-love. Anti-commitment and just die alone. But
I don't. But I don't think it is okay.
Yeah, no, okay. You don't. But where I stand on it is that there is. I understand that it's always great. I mean, I've been single for a hot minute as well, bro. Right. Years plus.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I am a very content person in myself.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not content. Yeah. I think I'm overly content because
presently.
Just because I'm in no rush.
Same with me then, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think ideally.
I don't fear dying alone. At the moment, maybe I'm gassing myself.
I wouldn't want to be. I would not want to be. Yeah. That's a fear, yes. Yeah. I would not want to be. It's an interesting aspect that you think like that. Yeah. But I don't want to be old and by myself. Yeah. And I don't want to be old and like not had any kids that love me to bits. Yeah. And who I love to bits.
Yeah. This stems from your family values, I guess. It's just how you. Wired, man. But yeah, listen. Well, we've been talking for a minute.
How long are we talking for?
You want to take a guess?
Hour 20.
Hour 14 and 3 seconds.
Is my car gonna be all right?
It's gone.
Just the onion. Do you think that they check do they check your road?
They do check my road, but how long did it say on the thing? It gave you a couple hours, right?
Does it say a couple hours?
What did it say?
I don't know. I just crossed the dates. I didn't really read what was going on.
There's only one way to find out.
Oh my god!
But before we find out, I'm gonna end the interview. I'm just gonna end it.
I'm down for a wee anyway. This water was so delicious. It just goes straight through you.
Has there been a plan?
A plan?
Did you have a strategic plan to follow?
Yeah, I don't like talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what?
That's private to you.
No, it's not to do with private. Before we go, I met someone who.
You can stay longer if you want, bruv. I'm just worried about your bladder.
No, yeah, car. It's gonna explode. But I met someone who I love and I trusted, and I did some work with them, and they were a talker. They talked about what they wanted to do, what they were doing, and at the end of it, the talk came to there was nothing. Oh, bruv. There was literally nothing.
The amount of times I've experienced that.
And I remember walking away from that situation. If I see him now, I still love him. He's a very good person, but I would never have a working relationship with him. I walked away from that experience and scenario, saying to myself, I don't want to be a talker. So a lot of people ask, do I have a plan? And it's not a massive gigantic plan, but I have I have a goal, and I feel like there's more work to be done is the key to my goal. But I generally don't talk about it because I don't want to be a talker. Yeah, I don't want to be a talker. I want people to be like, right, did you see Melvin on this the other day, or did you see Melvin did that, or he won that award, or he's doing this now. I'd rather people actually see my achievements than hear the plan. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I get it. I get it. I ask because it's the same with me. I have a plan and I put it to paper and I work towards it, and obviously life throws things at you and you get there. But it's always interesting to know people. I'm infinitely curious about people that are doing things. So I ask.
We got a friend called Andrew Davis. You probably know him, and he helped us like loads.
From Kiss.
He used to work at One Extra with us, and then he worked closely with
then he went to MySpace and he had the dreads.
Yeah,
we got the Fashion Awards with Andrew. Yeah,
Andrew always, every single year, I love this guy, and every single year he writes up a plan. Yeah, he's anal like that, man. Yeah, sometimes he renews one. Yeah, sometimes it's a brand new one. Yeah, but he always, I think it's a 5-year plan.
Yeah. I used to Channel 4 have this 4 talent thing, right? And Andrew we used to go around. I used to give presenting workshops on live.
And he does talks, right?
And he does talks.
Yeah, and that's one of his things. He
social
says.
Media kind of stuff. Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting that he does that. It's for me. I don't believe in those because they're like New Year's resolutions. It's like something you say you're gonna do, but then how do you stick to it? Unless you actively, he's probably got that mentality that he can stick to it. But me personally, I'm just like, right. I almost like, my thing is like, right, it's 2015. This year I aim to do that, but I'm just gonna work my ass off. Yeah, that's essentially my plan every year. Is just to work my ass off.
Just stay working.
Stay working. That is my plan. Pay those bills is probably my plan.
Yeah, man. With
the with certain other bits of pieces thrown in. Yeah. Whether it's you need to do a show with Ricky on TV now. Yeah. And all you need to do and try and get a few more years at Kissing as well. Yeah. Now, do you mean like those are my plans? Or actually, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna do some more DJ gigs. Yeah. Or actually want to do some more DJ gigs, but they're going to be abroad. Like I'll add little twists to them. Yeah. But nothing.
Layers.
People often go, "What are you doing this year?" And I'll be like, "Well, more of the same," because I'm quite like what I'm doing. And we're doing all right. Bro. Yeah. But it's a build on that. It's never anything extravagant. And a lot of the times when I am planning stuff, I think these days it's not as much. It's not career based. Now it's a lot to do with life. Yeah, like I'm gonna chill more with my friends. Yeah, or I'm gonna try and like see my godchildren more. Or like I'm gonna help my sister out with her online TV series a bit. Yeah, it's like those are my or I'm gonna be fit more. Yeah, do you mean those are my I think those are the things that I plan.
Yeah, do you attack fears a lot?
Attack
your fears a lot.
It's funny, like, I was thinking about what my fear is. I think my fear is failing. And I think it's hard to attack that as a fear. Yeah.
Stand-up's one of them.
Stand-up is one of them.
Are you seriously on this thing?
I am on it. But you know what the thing is about me is I've got bills to pay. So,
Yeah,
and I always, as much as because of like,
and you're busy.
yeah, and stand-up's not just one, and I'm interested in so many other things. Stand-up's not just one of the things that I've wanted to, get into. We've even discussed other kind of like ventures that I was chatting to someone the other day, a guy called Ollie, and he was discussing like putting on a night, because my cousin messaged me the other day and she was like, I'm looking for a great R&B night in London, and I was like, it was a Saturday, and I was like, any of the places I mentioned to you, you will absolutely hate. And
you
then
said that to her.
I was thinking that. I didn't say that to my cousin because she'll just punch me. But there aren't many places that fully cater for what I'm really, really into. And I sometimes I think sometimes I say to myself, if there was a place that catered for exactly what I like, it probably wouldn't do well anyway. It would just be for me. No one else would like it apart from maybe 5 other people. But every now and then I go, actually, it would really work. And so yeah, there's loads of things that you think about doing, but doing them and thinking about them is 2 different things.
Cool, man. But
it's always important to think, and it's beautiful that the beauty of you is that you can you enjoy discussing, you talking about stuff. Some people don't like talking. Some presenters don't like talking.
Yeah.
And it's the thing that why I said to you before this started, I've got a lot of time for you. The reason why I'm here, I don't do stuff like this.
Thanks, bro.
Ask Ricky and ask my people. Ask my sister.
Yeah.
I don't do stuff like this because A, I'm busy.
Yeah.
And B, to me, I'm very funny with my time. And this is like my time. Like right now, I could be doing other things, but without being like sounding like condescending, I believe in what you do. And
thank you, bro.
No, I believe in what you
that.
do.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I've seen you do, and I've gone, what? Like I've been entertained by it.
Yeah. Have you seen my music video?
No, I haven't seen it. I'll check it.
I'll send it
but
to you.
No, just like all jokes aside, whether you're rolling or not, just I literally think it's a matter of time for you, and just one of the things that me and Ricky did, which was probably like the most important thing, is it's not the working hard aspect. It's not the fact that we were together or the fact that we make people laugh or to do with our chemistry. Sometimes I think one of the most important things is that we just didn't stop.
Yeah.
And I remember my mum coming up to my bedroom, like when I was living at hers, and she said to me, like, what are you doing? And that's when we was doing the show reel for Fix Up Look Sharp, and we explained what we was doing. And my mum was like, I'm going to pray for you too. It's going to happen.
Oh, she did say
Yeah, she said it's going to happen.
My mum's still praying.
Well, yeah, and she's praying for like my sister now.
Yeah.
But I remember my mum saying that, and Ricky even remembers my mum saying that, which is mad. And we went out, and then that's when that got seen by our boss at Kiss. And it's prior to that, my mum saying that, I remember thinking, I'm gonna have to, like, if this doesn't work out, we're probably gonna just have to either just work behind the scenes forever or start looking at real jobs so we can help our mums out. And do you know what I mean, like, your normal 9 to 5, because of we couldn't see any room for a break. And now we're in it. We see so many avenues, and we've seen how people have kind of like got their breakthrough so many different ways. And there's no people, like, we've done talks and stuff, and I've met so many people, and they're like, oh, how did you get into the industry? But how me and Ricky got in, it will be completely different to how Vernon K got in, or how Dermot got in, or how Reg got in, or how whoever that person is. Everyone has a different journey and a different road, but it's just how you get in and whether you have the patience and the focus, I think, is like the most important thing. But
thanks for that, bro.
All good.
That's some real talk.
I know you always speak to a comedian. I didn't make you laugh
bro, trust me, if it was a comedian, this would be like 3 hours in by now.
Good.
Yeah, and I'd be pissing on myself.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Before you go, one thing. Could you ask your mum to pray for me?
Oh, seriously? If you want, no, listen.
No, because I'm gonna ask my mum to pray for you.
My mum's got powers.
For whatever your
if you
plan
seriously want me to do that,
Your mum needs to pray for all of us, man.
I will speak to mum for you.
Yeah. That's
and
beautiful, Mel.
She'll do it. My mum, if you met my mum,
No, I know.
everyone loves
Bro, where are
Auntie
you,
Asha, Ghana.
You're from Ghana, right?
Everyone
Yeah,
loves Auntie Asha.
Yeah.
And my mum makes me laugh. But yeah, she'll do that for you.
Beautiful,
I'll tell her for you.
Much appreciated.
I promise you.
No, I truly believe you. The fact that you're here with your car outside in Stratford, I believe you, bro. You're a serious dude. Thank you very much,
No,
Melvin.
thank you for having me.
All good, bro, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you, man.
If I can help with anything,
thank you.
I'm here, man.
Yeah, don't worry. This is like a future favor. When you're rich and famous, I'll be outside your house again, asking you for shit. Don't worry.
All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Peace.
So that was Melvin Odoom. Odoom, yeah? Not Odom or Dim Odom. Odoom. Melvin Odoom. You can check him out online. Twitter and Instagram are exactly the same handle. It's at Melvin Odoom. MELVIN ODOOM. And Kiss FM breakfast shows every morning, I believe, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Ricky, Melvin and Charlie on your radio. Kiss FM, great energy, great banter, and they just kind of kickstart your day, man. And it doesn't matter if you're as old as me or older. They have a timeless, youthful energy about them that somehow seeps into your consciousness and makes you an infant. A baby. Makes you a baby. If you liked what you heard on the interview, if you were inspired, if you were moved, if you were motivated, if you learnt something, please do feel free to forward it on your social circles or maybe email the link to somebody, because I am trying to grow the audience and I am trying to get the stories of these doers out into the world so more of us can be similar and do our own thing. To check out my stuff, it's ReubenChristian.com. All social handles are /ReubenChristian other than Instagram, which is ReubenChristian1. If you want to work with me on anything, please do get at me. I don't bite. I do like to say hello. And one last thing. Do you guys keep getting up? Do you find some passions and start enjoying your life? Peace. Do you find out what you're here to do and go and do that? You, because before you know it, you're gonna be dead. Aren't you? And you know that I know that you know it's the truth. Come on, get up. Do you, please? Thank you.